Jabbo Brown made his first appearance today after DEA agents say they seized 53 kilograms of cocaine Friday.
More than 100 pounds of cocaine is off the streets after a huge bust.
And a suspected former member of a notorious drug trafficking organization arrested in connection with the case makes his first appearance in federal court. Fox News' Chad Mira has more details, including the suspect's alleged ties to a mafia family.
Jabbo Brown made his first appearance today after DEA agents say they seized 53 kilograms of cocaine Friday.
Now, while Big Meech came home, returned to society, and I guess you could say he's getting with the times and is now a streamer, and even made amends with his brother, Jabbo is now sitting in jail and has been hit with a slew of new charges, which can potentially put him away for the rest of his life. Now, would he get life per se? We don't know. But we do know that Jabbo is in his mid-50s, 53 to be exact, and at this point in his life, 10, 15, or 20 years are all times that he can't afford to take. If he gets so much as a little 10 years, he'll come out at 63. Now, if he gets 20, he'll be 73, and I think anything after that is pretty much over. Now, everyone has had a magnifying glass on Big Meech when he got out, mainly assuming that he was going to go right back to his old ways due to the lifestyle that he led before he went to prison. However, he's been around some of your favorite celebs, some of them even giving him money, and have since made amends with his brother Terry as the two would stream and talk about the good old days when they were in the life of crime. Now, Jabbo kind of started out doing the same thing, but according to the feds, he was doing a little too much talking, and that's also one of the things that came up in his prior arrest before this one. Initially, they hit him with fraud charges, and amongst the people he was caught with, he was the only one that didn't have anything concerning money laundering or drug trafficking within that indictment. That's up until now, where the feds are now accusing Jabbo of allegedly being caught with 53 bricks, $50,000 in cash, and also firearms to top it all off. And keep in mind, Jabbo was going to schools and actually talking to kids about staying away from drugs or the lifestyle that could land him in jail. Bro must have really thought he was Ghost from Power. You would think he learned his lesson, as he already spent a long time in jail for the same thing he's being accused of again. As we know, going in front of a jury and trying to convince them that you're not guilty of something you've already been convicted for, it's going to be hard. Now, we don't know if he's actually guilty or not because everyone's innocent until proven guilty. But let's just say it's not looking too good. Jabbo should have been smart enough to know better than to be around a certain group of people, places, or things, or even speak on certain things publicly. And I say that because when he was first arrested 2 years ago, one of the things that was brought up in his indictment was that he was still doing interviews and speaking on drug deals. At first, we all figured, well, just because he's talking about old drug deals and experiences, why would they arrest him for something like that? But come to find out, apparently, he wasn't only talking about drug deals, allegedly, he was involved in them still. So we're going to get into what led to the actual arrest of Jabbo and what it's looking like for him according to what we're being told. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hype the video so we can get into the algorithm, and if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Hold up, y'all. There's no way you're watching this video for free right now, where you could be getting paid literally just for playing games while this video play in the background at the same time. Only difference is the increase in your bank account. Now, I'm not saying you'll get rich, but I am saying that you could easily make something while doing nothing except for sitting on the couch playing games if you download the app Free Cash. Tap or click the link I pinned in the comment section or scan the QR code that I put right here on the screen. Also, if you use my link right now, they give you a little something to start off with just for signing up. So if you want a little Uber Eats or something to snack on and don't feel like dipping into your own wallet, play a few games so you don't have to spend your own ends. Now let's get back to the video. Now, Jabbo was considered the underboss in BMF as he was a very close affiliate of Big Meech in the whole BMF organization. After the feds did an investigation and revealed that the BMF organization have amassed an illegal fortune of over $270 million, they uncovered that the organization spanned over multiple states and cities, and they would strike back in 2005 where many arrests came for the BMF members, including his leader Big Meech, his brother Terry, and Jabbo himself. Jabbo will plead guilty to CC and money laundering charges in April of 2007, as he was ordered to spend the next 15 to 20 years in jail for his involvement. He served 10 years and 8 months in federal prison, released back in 2017 into a halfway house, stayed there for about a year until May of 2018, then was officially all federal paperwork and done with everything on October 23, 2022. But unfortunately, he didn't even get to enjoy freedom too long after getting off papers, because he was indicted and arrested yet again just 4 months later. Now, during this arrest, police found a loaded firearm, cash, marijuana, and documents relating to the Black Mafia family, aka BMF. Now, I don't know what they tried to say with him having documents of BMF. Like, what did it mean? Was it a ledger? Was there other members involved? Although we heard BMF TIF was. But what was the mention for BMF for? Now, originally Jabbo was indicted on 1 count of bank fraud and 1 count of using a false writing a document. He was accused of submitting a fraudulent IRS Schedule C form to obtain a PPP loan. Another member out of the 34 members I believe were indicted was a man by the name of Carl Von Garrett, who was indicted on 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering and 2 counts of money laundering in an indictment, which alleges that nearly $1 million of drug proceeds were laundered between March and May of 2021. Then you also have Tiffany J, who went by the alias BMF Tiff. She was also indicted on 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering and 4 counts of money laundering. She's accused of laundering the proceeds of illegal activity. So here's where the new charges come in, I guess, because from my personal assumption, I'm guessing the feds are trying to allude that these guys were committing fraud, particularly using PPP loans to fund their drug trafficking lifestyle. And this is why the other things have now came up, because they already mentioned 2 years ago when they were indicted the first time that it was money laundering going on, as well as $1 million in drug proceeds. So maybe they were also doing a PPP loan fraud, and that may have caused the feds to investigate, and when they did, they also found out that they were into drug dealing and money laundering as well. Who knows? But I do remember from the documents published 2 years ago when he was originally indicted, it stated, quote, "These indictments and arrests targeted an organization that did not just limit their crimes to drug trafficking. Others have been accused of laundering money for the organization or taking advantage of the coronavirus pandemic to fraudulently obtain thousands of dollars in loans that were intended for struggling businesses and employees." So maybe it was the other way around. Maybe they got on the feds' radar over alleged drug crimes, and as they were investigating, they snatched them all up for the COVID relief situation that were also allegedly defrauding. So it's like one thing led to another, as these guys were basically running a criminal organization as they allegedly conspired to commit many different crimes together. Now keep in mind, these are all just theories at this point because we don't know, but we do have the information that have just been released regarding the new charges that we're going to get into and see what they have. Because it seems like Jabbo got out of jail and basically dove right back into the streets and picked up right where he left off 10 years ago. Now just 3 days ago, it was exposed by the Brighter Side of Blue podcast that Jabbo was in fact arrested yet again. And judging from the contents within the videos presented by them, they are either police officers or former police officers that have their ear directly to the street and figure out things first because of their counterparts or former counterparts. With that being said, here's one of the hosts speaking on what happened to Jabbo. Y'all check this out.
Call around, 4 o'clock. And we're calling you because we love you. we just got Jabbo, who is Chad Brown. Like I said earlier, Chad Brown was one of the more instrumental players in the BMF, which is the Black Mafia family. It's known from the Flannery brothers out of Atlanta. We've done several shows on him. Joe Cronin and I did several shows on him because we investigated numerous factions of the St. Louis portion of the BMF.
Gotcha.
And St. Louis was very, very instrumental in the BMF's rise. We had Cuffy and Magic, and Jabbo here and Q. I'm just throwing out all the nicknames, but those are the guys that we did shows on. But that's how big the BMF here was in St. Louis.
Okay.
And so these guys, Jabbo got a case. His case was from Atlanta, his original drug case. He got out on that, and he got out right before or during the pandemic. And he went out and did some PPE fraud loans. He got busted for that. So he's been out on that for a couple years. And our boys there at the strike force, they got some information that he was moving a lot of dope. And you know how things are is when you're out there and it's Friday. And, you know, when things pop on a Friday, it's a good time if you're a dope man to try to move weight. Mm-hmm. Fridays and Sundays, you know, are probably the key dates, if you'd ask me. Because if I was in that task force and they're like, hey, man, we got Jabbo's he's getting a load. Come on, man. On a Friday? Yeah. Really, he's getting a load on a Friday? Yeah. But I'd also been the first dude in the driveway when we hit it. And I'd call everybody I knew and go, hey, we got Jabbo.
Oh, yeah.
And they got Jabbo with 53, with what our experts believe to be 53 kilos of cocaine.
Man.
3 pistols, and approximately, $40,000, $50,000. And he was complainted on a Friday night.
Tell him what that means.
So when you get complained, a federal judge has to, you bring your evidence to a federal judge, and the federal judge looks at it. And if they believe that you have the probable cause evidence that this person needs to be held and arraigned in court, they'll do that. And then a lot of times, but if somebody wants to cooperate, they'll waive that portion.
Yeah.
But Jabbo says
he ain't talking.
He ain't talking to nobody. But he is now. I don't know if he's still in custody. I don't know what the bond was set at, but he was complained last night. A Friday night, so even the judge stood behind and said, "Oh, Jabbo, I'll stick around for Jabbo to get complained." So
53 kilos.
Sometimes you just can't get out of that game.
Now, if you're confused, once again, Jabbo was not incarcerated at the time of his arrest. Yes, he got caught up in the indictment before, but he did have serious crimes such as the other people where they had money laundering and or drug trafficking. Jabbo only had a fraud charge, which was light, and at that time, everyone was doing fraud thanks to the pandemic. However, he was out on bond for that situation, so for him to catch another case, especially with it being something he's already been convicted for in the past, and the amount that he was caught with, it's not looking too good. Now, if you're wondering how he was caught, well, here's what they're saying happened in layman terms. The drugs were being transported to St. Louis, but the truck that it was being transported on was already flagged. That was one of two things. Police may stop you and let you know that they know what's in your vehicle and offer you to still take drugs to its destination, but the driver must work with law enforcement to bust whoever it's actually going to. Or they allow you to get it through, not tell you, and just trail the vehicle until it comes to a complete stop to its destination. Then once it's there, police come out and boom, you're done. In Jabbo's case, they're saying that the DA was alerted, they let it go through, and waited until it landed. Once it did, they would figure out that the recipient was in fact Jabbo and would also find more incriminating things during the bust. They confiscated 53 keys of CC, 3 firearms, and $50,000. Basically everything they needed to prove that he was in fact a drug dealer, allegedly.
A court affidavit says last Friday, the DEA searched this home in St. Louis County near Maryland Heights and found the drugs, 2 guns, and other drug paraphernalia. The affidavit said police found luggage and prescriptions in the house with Brown's name on them. When arrested, Brown allegedly had the key to the front door. The DEA said this staggering amount of cocaine falls just shy of the total amount seized by DEA agents in St. Louis in the first 7 months of 2026, underscoring the significance of this seizure. Brown is charged with possession with intent to distribute more than 10 kilograms of cocaine.
Now they say they don't know if he's out or not, if he made bail or bond, but the original bust happened on Friday just 5 days ago. The way it's looking, I don't think Jabbo was looking at any RORs or bail, considering he was already out on a bond, but if they do, then more power to him. Now if you ask me, his biggest downfall came when he started doing interviews, because when he was caught in the indictment the last time, they said he was doing interviews about drug deals. So maybe they knew since then he was talking about these drug deals and he was actually doing them, and that's what got him on their radar in the first place. Or maybe there's a snitch within the circle that was responsible for alerting law enforcement about that truck. But before I end this video, let me say this, y'all. It's easy to point fingers and call someone dumb for the decisions they choose to make, but don't be so judgmental. I've been on both sides of the fence, illegal and legal. I've also seen people on both sides of the fence where they were illegal, came home, tried to do the right thing, but ended up going right back in. The recidivism rate of the average inmate in the United States is 39% within just 3 years of them getting out, which in layman's terms means 39% of inmates in America is released and go right back to jail just 3 years after being released. And y'all know America is never going to make themselves look bad, so I'm sure the number is much higher than that, but they're not going to say it. Just like when a new mayor gets elected in the city and they claim crime is down. And you know damn well it's not, because guys are still getting shot, robbed, stabbed, cars stolen, fraud, all within your neighborhood. But it's all about a look. But as far as the inmates go, these guys come out to literally nothing. For one, once you get a felony, it's hard to get a good paying job. Not impossible, but it's hard. And even when you find one, it's gonna take some time. But in the midst of all that, you still have to worry about eating, still have to worry about bills, still have to worry about transportation to get to work. If you got a kid, you still gotta worry about providing and helping out. So the odds are automatically against you. So most guys resort back to the streets, unfortunately, because that's all they know. Most guys don't even want to, but their back is against the wall so much that it leaves them no choice. Next thing you know, they end up getting busted and boom, they're back inside. But as much money is out here, the government could do something, they just choose not to. They could help pay the rent of some of these guys, they can help put money in their pockets. When Biden was in office, this man was sending billions, and I said billions, to the UK every other day. And to this day, we don't even know where that money went. We damn near don't even know where Biden disappeared to, right? But the point is, more can be done. On the flip side of that, if he was just one of those guys that wasn't trying and just trying to keep up with the Joneses and stun on social media, then no, you get zero sympathy. Some people let clout put them right into a cell, and this is the end result. However, we do know that jail is a business, and as long as there's people profiting off crime, or profiting off of you being sick, or profiting of you not having, the problem is never going to go away, because someone is literally making money off of your trauma. But that's another story. Y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. What do y'all think about this whole Jabbo situation? And what do you think about this man doing 10, almost 11 years in prison, coming out to do the same exact thing that got him in there, and will possibly face the rest of his life in jail? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? Well, look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks, along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score, therefore your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating faceless YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.